Can I throw in a couple more points on this one?
Do it.
Because these can make a massive difference as well, is just stop doing the type of work you hate doing. Right? I think, or do less of it at the very least. Like if you've got certain types of work you just hate doing, and like I think everyone has this within their business, there's certain type of projects that are just hard. Do less of them or stop doing them. Like every business owner is in control of the products and services they sell. Like their ability to either create new products or just selectively sell the ones that are more enjoyable and sustainable for them, I think do it. Because if you're taking on things that make your life misery and you go into grind, it's not sustainable. It's just not sustainable.
So you saying that we're not going to rebrand again?
No, we're getting pretty good at that. I actually think we like that. We should start a rebranding agency.
Dude, no. Hells no. But I think to your point, how many conversations of services and stuff that we currently operate or potentially people would like from us where our conversation is this something that we would enjoy doing? Is this something that we can see ourselves supporting for the long term versus, oh my gosh, cash grab?
Yeah, don't do things just for the money.
Yeah.
I think if you take on projects just for the money, inevitably it doesn't, you don't end up making as much money as you think you will, number one. And then number two is that people have to tolerate the person you are when you take on that type of work.
Dude, your husband or your wife sits there, like you come out at 10 p.m. after you finish this project, like, and this client complains, it's like, no, it's not worth whatever money you're going to earn from it. It's like you would much prefer that consistency. Yeah.
I'm going to throw a second one here.
Okay.
Don't work with people you don't want to work with. Like we've both run service businesses and you could be offering the same service to two different clients. And one of them, it's painful to deliver the service. It's really hard work. And another one, it's glorious. Like it's fun to work with them. Like I actually enjoy working with all our clients. Like they're good people and doing fantastic things. Then the other side of it is that applies to team as well.
Totally.
Like I remember there's all these, I've heard quite a few stories, work stories in the recent times, Grant, as I'm integrating with society over the holiday period. And how many of them have like horrible workmate or manager stories that they put up with? And I'm like, I just wouldn't want to work with those people. Like, why don't you get like a different job or something?
Yeah.
Like,
just go do something just different. Just pick yourself up and put yourself somewhere. Yeah, I was talking to a family member who had that exact situation. I'm like, just leave. Like, it's not worth getting paid anything. Like, what's the difference? Like, even if you took a little like decrease, what are you going to do? Lose a little bit more money per year, but your happiness will be infinitely positive.
Well, that's the thing here is like, there's a scale to be played with here. So if you're the business owner that's like grinding it out right now, could you potentially rework your schedule a little bit, stop doing that one type of work you hate doing, change some of the clients and people you work with to people you actually enjoy working with? Like, are you really going to be that worse off financially for shifting into this sustainability model?
Totally.
Like, how much are you really going to lose versus what you gain here? And then the argument has to be made, if you shift to sustainability, you're going to make more money in the long run anyway because you can do it sustainably.
It's funny. We make more money now in business that we enjoy it and it's completely sustainable than hitting the grind because you can think clearer. You can play the game better. Obviously, more people want to be around us and work with us because they're like, you guys thoroughly enjoy this. You're trying to completely grow. It's like, yeah, it comes back to this infection where it's just like it has illogical compounding value. Like it doesn't seem like it would match. Like, what do you mean have fun and earn more? I'm like, no, it totally does. Like
it can.
Yeah.
Time and money are not linear. Like
totally not.
Warren Buffett doesn't work substantially more hours than I do, yet his earnings are crazy compared to mine.
Yep. And
not that I'm unhappy with my earnings, but I just think that's such a great example of time input versus output.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Charley, that's not how it works for me. And I'm like, oh, it just means you don't have the skills yet for that to work for you. Like,
you don't understand
can
my
be
business,
done.
Charley. You don't understand it. We're in different scenarios.
All right. Any other points? And do you know what I will say? I love the idea you've mentioned there of like when you shift to that sustainable model instead of a grind model that you want to escape from, just the thinking becomes clearer. Because that's been my experience. Definitely been my experience also.
Yeah, it's been, I think the hardest part is changing the way that you are operating into something that might be against the grain or might be counterintuitive to yourself, right? But I always look at like what is the risk versus reward. So if I go and jam in a 2 to 3 hour block in the middle of the day to go to the gym and do something that I want to do to make sure that I'm more present when I'm in the business or around others, dude, nothing says I can't stop and change it back.
Completely.
I'm like, what really? Like, oh, really? Hey, Charlie, you've now, like, there is no concept of a weekday and a weekend. Imagine that you did it and you don't like it or it doesn't help anyways. How hard would it be to change it back? Like, just try things, see where it lands. And I think that too many people just look at it as being, what's the saying? Like, it just is. This is how it is.
Do you feel like a lot of people have an illusion that they don't have these types of choices and options?
Totally, because they look at their life the way it is based on, and I love the word of sheeple, but I hate the concept is that we kind of all follow each other, which means that everybody else around us, family, friends, etc.
Totally, we try and fit in. We're tribal, definitely.
Exactly, and so it's like, well, if that's what they're doing, I want to do the same. Where, funnily enough, I actually, for some reason, I've rewinded my brain and I know when it kicked in. It was a bloody 4-hour work week from Tim Ferriss, and the first gateway drug for me was stopping watching mainstream media. And I still remember it to this day. I was 20. And that was when I started looking at the rest of society saying, if I start doing things that are similar to everybody else, I'm doing it wrong. To the point, like, I'll be doing something that is so logical that in my mind, it's like, what is wrong with this? Like, why should I not be doing this? Because
I love that as a natural skepticism. I think that's great.
But it's got its positives, but it's totally got its negatives. It's like I have looked down and I'm like, why do we eat with a knife and fork? Like, surely there's a better invention.
Wow, you've got that extreme.
Dude, like, it's gone deep. Like, it's to the point, like, you know me, Charlie, I've always got these weird ass like questions and things, but totally, because I just second question everything. I'm just like, well, I don't know. Why do I even wear a t-shirt right now? Like, because the rest of the world expects me to wear a t-shirt on this podcast. And I'm like, no one says I can't. Like, no one says I need to. No one is, like, it's myself who has absorbed the rest of society. Anyway, don't get me on a tangent.
This is the thing that concerns me is how much energy we spend every day in conforming and trying to fit in instead of making our lives the way that could actually bring sustainability and happiness to them.
Imagine a blank canvas and just painting whatever the hell you wanted to put on it. And that is like, whether it's clothes, your business, your whatever, like, I think that's where everyone just should really be at, is like, who gives a crap what everyone else thinks?
I feel like there's this evolution that happens is like, if you're someone who's worked in a job, eventually like you go from job to business owner, and that's the jump between like you've got someone to tell you what to do to then you've got no one to tell you what to do. And it's like, it's very uncomfortable in the beginning.
Yep.
And the mentality is just to work really hard so that you can work it out. And for a lot of people, they do. Some don't. Obviously, the failure rate in business is quite high. But then the next stage of that is to go from, well, now I'm trying to do it in this way, from this like, I'm going really hard, to now how do I make it a sustainable model that suits me?
Yes.
How do I make this something that it's like I'm actually getting the things out of my business that I want to get out of my business, that I'm actually building a life with my business and I'm not just building a business.
Yeah. I'm not living to work. Hey, fellow business owner, if this topic and value-packed short video has resonated with you at all and you want to dive deeper into creating wealth inside and outside your business, check out the full episode by clicking the link on your screen or in the description right now.